the simplest in your life right now is about making choices. To make the choices that are going to make you happy. It's as simple as that. Everything you are right now, everything you have become, where you are in your life is a complete reflection of, but what you have to understand is this. You're in control to make the choices that you need to make to elevate yourself. If you truly want a better life, if you truly want to live the life that you believe you deserve, you are making. You have to believe that you are going to take the action to make sure that that comes to fruition. Action is very important because taken a martial arts, they know during that moment. But as the great Sir Isaac Newton said, and he said it very eloquently, and I hope I get this right. Sir Isaac Newton said, and I want to make sure I get this close to right. Action, there is always opposed and equal reaction. That's how it goes. So I think I got that pretty good. Hey guys, Lisa, Julia. So now you could choose to believe that life is happening to you. With inaction comes nothing. You are in the same place you were before. That's why unhappy people are, when they don't take action, they make the choice not to take action. They're in the same place. This time next year, they will be in the exact same place. Those people who are willing to take action because they believe that they can have a better life, they don't believe that life is happening to them, that they believe life is happening for them, everything, the happy, no matter what, they embrace this and they make it something more compelling. Be happy, they're going to be happy. If you choose to be miserable, you're going to be miserable. But why would you make that choice? You know, if we all reflect back on our lives, we made those choices because we understood or we made the choice right. But action is the most important thing right now. Action and taking action. If you truly want that life, you've got to put in the work, because no matter what, you could choose. That's the same thing as choosing that life is happening to you. By consistently staying in constant motion and action and making the choices that are going to put you on that path to freedom, understanding that action is going to lead you to luck. And why? Hey, Mitchell, how are you? Because it's going to take you on that journey through failure. Now, failure is not a bad word. It's truly not a bad word. If you look at success, and I've been fortunate enough to study them, successful people see each failure as a stepping stone. Every time another failure is another step, and another failure is another step, and that step keeps rising and rising and rising, and eventually they're going to get to the top. But here's the difference between successful and unsuccessful people. Goal. They will not accept a plateau. Let me give you an analogy of what a plateau is. Let's assume you're working out and you keep growing, you stop getting stronger, you stop getting faster. It's your responsibility then to lift heavier weight, to run with a parachute. You move forward. That is how you excel. One of my favorite quotes by Malcolm X: "The future belongs to those who prepare for it today." And by not preparing for the future. But I can promise you one thing: there are people out putting in the work, who are taking action, who are constantly embracing failure, because they know that with each failure is going to come another, rising up that ladder, and they're going to understand that there is no such thing as defeat, because that is their choice. The action and the reaction are simultaneous with one another. Circumstance. For instance, if you're driving to work Monday morning and somebody cuts you, you're going to show up to work angry. Nobody nobody is going to think any better of you because you cursed someone out or you got all pissed off at someone. Ulysses, awesome. I like that. It's your choice. Now, what if that person cut you off and you simply waved to them and you smiled? Well, your physiology is different. You chose to be happy. Those go hand in hand. That's one in one. Every that you make. So all I want you to do is to think about the choices you're going to make going forward. And remembering that you have to be responsible for those choices. And even if you make the wrong choice and you take responsibility for it, because inaction comes from not making or responsibility of moving forward. And that comes from choices. Think about that. I want you to try to understand a reflection of where you are today, every choice you've ever made in your life. But understand that we were programmed growing up. It's even the term failure. Now think about it this way. Why do our education system is somewhat broken? When someone, why do they say if a child is bad in a test? How does an educator know how hard a child worked and studied on a test and they failed and they call them a failure? They're not a failure. What if they said to them, or I believe you can do better. I truly believe you can do better. And I know you can do better. That's a whole different way of looking at things. That's a choice. But we are programmed in different ways. Why do we choose to buy things we don't need? It's as simple as that. Let us make the choices that are going to put us on a path to become stronger. Let us make the choices that are going to elevate us so that we can elevate others. Choices, I want you to think about that. With every choice you make comes a consequence. But remember something, with no action, with inaction, then the world is just going to pass you by. And you don't want the world to pass you by. You were put here for a reason. The largest percentage of our population takes no action. The largest percentage of our population believes that life is happening to them. It's our responsibility. We must take responsibility from where we go from here. We must take responsibility to educate and elevate others as well on how we are in control of the choices that we make. Hey Nina, how are you? The choices that we make are a complete, utter reflection on not only where we are, but where we are going. So we have to be conscious and say, okay, I want this better life. I'm going to choose to be happy. I'm going to make a choice not to be miserable. I'm going to make a choice not to be angry. Everything is a choice. It's up to you. But remember, it's how you react to those choices that make the most sense. So please, again, if you truly want the life that you truly believe you deserve, then believe that you have the ability to get through any plateau. You have the ability to make the right choices. And even if you fail, failure is not a bad word. Failure is a good word. It's how you grow. It's how you learn. It's how you stay consistent. Look at the most successful people in the world have failed 1,000 times. That's why they became lucky. They didn't sit inactive and wait for luck. To make sure they took as many, BABAM, they got it. They finally hit it. And then they don't stop. Like I said, and they bust through it. That's what we must do to grow. That's what we must do. I want to thank you all. BABAM, and I will see all of you tomorrow.